Hey, what's up guys? Tony here, and I've got another MLB 12 Road to the Show with Scott McLean in the mix here, and we are still in Double A, and I believe we are in May, so sorry saying that, Double A in May, 10 times fast, if you can try. But first, let's get to some advancement points. We've got drag, bunt, and base running, and so basically for those ones, I always just try to get them up. You know, those are the kind of goals that I just like level up, check them off, then I won't touch them until the next time they come up, or if I start to lose points at them, then I'll throw 40 points on them. But as I've said in previous commentaries, my goal always, with whatever character I've got going on, get the hitting up. Contact left, contact right, power left, power right, get those up every 10. Like going up 10 is my sort of standard, my goal. So if I'm at 40, I want to be at 50. If I'm at 50, I want to be at 60, and so on and so forth until you get to 99. There's actually sort of a happy medium in there. I kind of like being in the mid-90s-ish, you know? For some reason, if you get too much contact, too much power, I don't know. Maybe it's just me being superstitious or whatever. You just don't seem to hit as well as when you were like mid-90s. So when I get to the mid-90s, I kind of maintain. And actually, I focus a lot on other goals. So what I do to get it to the 90s and hitting for power and contact, I'll go work on speed, I'll go work on base running, I'll go work on fielding and arm strength and stuff like that. So, but there is one thing I should tell you, that in 2010, 2011, Scott McLean, what I did is I put all points possible into hitting, you know, power and contact. Whatever had spare points, boom, that's where they went. And I turned him into a hitting machine. This time around, because I got Charles Ward to the show so fast, if you guys recall, it was one season of Double A. And then he makes the spring training, you know, he got a spring training invite, and then he makes the big club. So he's with the Rockies. And so in one season, he's in the bigs. And I was just like, oh, okay. I kind of felt, I don't know, like it's over, you know, like I'll maintain the character, but it happened so fast. It's just like, you know, my brain was just. So what I wanted to do, what I've opted to do, is with Scott McLean to make it more of a well-rounded player, because I took that approach, the hitting approach, to Charles Ward, and maybe that's the reason why he got to the show so quickly. I don't know. So this time around, I'm going to try to, you know, make those advancement goals or the performance points go up, the attributes go up every 10, but I'm not going to solely focus on just hitting, power and contact. You know, I want to work on having a fast player, so working on running, so working on some base running, work on fielding and arm strength, you know, everything that makes him a complete player, and maybe that might stretch out this experience a little bit more in the AAA, their Double A, AAA experience. We'll see. But that's kind of sort of been my goal as of late. It's definitely a divergence from what I normally do, and to be honest, I really don't want to leave the Mets. It's not like I've got like a huge love affair with the Mets. I don't really, I'm sort of indifferent about the Mets. That's one thing I don't quite understand, is like the rock hard concrete grass that they have in this game. I have so many ground rule doubles because of this concrete grass they've got going on in MLB series. So anyways, what I want to do is kind of change things up a little bit, throw you guys a curveball and talk about something a little different, because you guys know, obviously you guys watch my channel, you guys know that I kind of went on a several-day hiatus, and it was sort of like a, I don't know, like an impromptu sort of vacation or whatever you can call it. You know, as you recall, I was done with school on Wednesday. Thursday was my day to do absolutely nothing, and I told you guys I have a hard time just doing nothing. I gotta do stuff to keep myself occupied. Well, Thursday was that day. Like, I woke up, took a shower, and played video games all day long, and just like vegged out, relaxed, and had a good time, you know. But then, of course, like too much of a good thing, I was, I don't know, I was on Friday or something, you know, and I had a pretty busy Friday. My brother graduated from Cal State, from my school, on Friday. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in business, so congratulations to my older brother. You know, he's worked as long, if not longer than me, and harder than me to finally get his degree, so it's nice to see him finally get done and graduate. And I'll tell you, just on a side little tangent, when I went to his commencement ceremony, that right there is probably the most inspiring ceremony you can go to as a student, because seeing that I still have 1 semester left to go, watching my brother graduate, you know, knowing that I've got 1 semester left, and then, well, technically 2, because I can't do the commencement ceremony until May of next year. So I've got a year till I can actually walk, but I've got a semester until I'm actually graduated, you know, and have my degree in hand. So I could like actually bring my degree with me to the commencement, and once they give it to you, the holder during the ceremony, you can just pop the degree in there, like, look, it's all right here. But the point is, the reason why I'm telling you this is because it's really inspiring. I mean, like, if you're in school, if you're in college, and you know people who are graduating, go to the commencement ceremony. It will really get you fired up. Like, I was sitting there, and I was just like, man, that could be me. Like, that's going to be. I shouldn't say that could be me. I mean, that lets in the possibility that it might not happen. Like, that's going to be me. That next year will be me. You know, my parents will be here. My older brother will be here. Family, relatives, friends will be here, and they're going to see something that I've worked really long and hard to accomplish, and not for anybody else but me. You know, it's one of those things where some people go to school, and they might go to school for whatever, because their parents want them to go to school. Their parents are paying for them to go to school, or whatever. You know, I'm paying for the school myself. You know, it's for me. You know, I don't have to. I mean, I could go do something else. And maybe not be happy with where my life is, but I could go do something else without a college degree. But I want one. You know, it's something that I really, really want. And so, anyways, like I was saying, I'm sort of like on this topic longer than I want to be. The point is, though, is that, man, it is a hell of an inspirational just day, the ceremony. It really gets you fired up. So if you've never been, just go. You know, if you're in college, just go. And even if you're a freshman, just go, you know, and just be like, man, this is pretty cool. You know, I can't wait to be that guy. So that's a piece of, I don't know, life advice or something from yours truly to you guys. And, yeah, it's pretty special. And, so like I said, congratulations to my brother. He worked his ass off. I mean, you're talking about a guy who he's, you know, he's in the National Guard, and he was doing an ROTC program, so he had so many time commitments, and he's still able to bust ass and take 15 units per semester. He's that's quite inspirational, to be honest. You know. So, anyways, I'm gonna stop stop beating the drum of my brother and be like, man, he's the best person in the world. The last thing I actually want to talk about for those of you guys who are in San Diego, or maybe watch SportsCenter, or say in Anaheim, was the 13-inning game yesterday. Now, I was working when this thing happened. I watched a little bit of the game before work because it came on at 1 o'clock, and I left for work about 4:30 or something like that. And yeah, it was a good game. It was a very good game, but I didn't know how good of a game it was going to be. So when I was at work, I had the radio on, and I was listening in and out of deliveries, so I didn't really catch a lot of the game. But the one thing that struck me as odd is that in 13 innings, both the Padres and the Angels ran out of players. Like, how do you run out of players? You know, don't you, like, budget your players a little better. That's what I would think. But as it went down in the bottom of the 13th, Clayton Richard, he went and he pinch hit. You know, this is a guy who was 0 for 16 on the year so far, and that's how far you've run out of players, that you're down to your pitchers, your starting pitchers, pinch hitting for you. I mean, you don't want your relief pitchers to pinch hit for you because they swing the bat less than American League, you know, starters do. So you got your starting pitcher up there, and he goes and he actually rips a line drive into left field for his first single of the season. So he's 1 for 17 on the year. It's like, yeah, go Clayton. He's hitting like .085 or something like that now. But anyway, so he's on first. I think there's 2 outs when he pinch hit anyways. And Venable comes up, and he hits a line drive in the left field, which Kendrick, on a 3-2 count, by the way, which Kendrick bobbled. So Clayton was on the move, and he's able to come around from first to score. And what I missed when I was in and out of my deliveries and everything was the fact that I guess the Angels left fielder hurt himself or ran into the wall. I think he ran into the scoreboard in left field or something like that. But there was this shuffling going on. Like, Pujols went from first to third. I think they brought the catcher Hester in to catch, and I think the catcher went to first, and then Kendrick for some reason went to left field. He's the second baseman. He went to left field. I thought what was going to be funny is if Pujols went out to left field. Apparently he came up in the system as an outfielder and then somehow became a first baseman or something. I'm not entirely sure what happened with him or why he didn't play outfield. But could you imagine like big old Albert Pujols out in left field? Tangent. I was watching Sports Center and there was a fantastic play by Sweeney on in Philadelphia. He's with the Red Sox. Diving play. Adrian Gonzalez was playing right field. I'm like, what the? Are you serious? And then when I looked, because they were playing in Philadelphia, they had David Ortiz. To get David Ortiz's batting lineup, he's got to play first, which he's like, I don't know if you really want him playing first or not. But hey, it's like if you're going to put a Gold Glover anywhere, I guess put him out in the outfield because he could play everywhere, you know? So, anyways, it was just weird that they ran out of players in the 13th inning. Like, how often does that happen? But it was nice to win the rubber game, beat the Angels, and go on. We're heading into St. Louis right now. We're going to be taking on the Cardinals here in a couple hours, and I know that Topher Rocks is going to look forward to. I'm going to be looking forward to his text message because every time they score, I'm going to be getting a text message from Topher out in St. Louis telling me how it's going. But let's finish this up with some more performance points. I got 375. And so, like I said, my goal is to always get myself up to the next 10 for the attributes. So we're going to shoot for 50. Like I said, I'm trying to be a little bit more well-rounded, so we're going to spread these bad boys out. But anyways, guys, oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I sat out that last loss. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Look for the next franchise mode to be out in a couple of days. And like I said, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I'll talk to you guys later.